What's up, y'all? So it's in the weekend, Labor Day weekend, and well, we actually went and did something yesterday, so let's go check that out first, and then we'll be right back. What's up, folks? Welcome back to the journey. So as you probably noticed, we're not at our property, so today we're actually coming over. Got a whole bunch of people here working. We're at the Black Sheep Project. So that's Liz and Micah. We're over here at their property. There's gonna be a few folks here. Dang, Micah, you need to cut your grass. No, we're getting that done. Gonna be working on some plumbing stuff. Dad's actually gonna be working on their truck, so they have a fuel filter or fuel pump that kind of needs to go in, and I think someone brought that to them. We got some food that's going to be happening. There's a whole bunch of stuff, so we're going to try to record as much as possible. But then we also, I know that Jen and Wiley had talked about it on their live last night, or working with Wiley, that they needed a stovepipe. Well, they had mentioned it before whenever they were building their rock wall, so definitely get over, to their channel. So it's Our Mountain Home. And go look at this rock wall and just the wood wall that they're prepping for winter, y'all. Because even though it's still hot, I'm sparkling. Winter is going to be coming along very, very quickly. And since they live off grid, they needed this to be able to finish their rock wall. So, gonna get this over into their truck. That way they can take it with them. And then you're gonna have to go over to their channel to see what they're gonna do with it. All right, we're back over here. Dad's all sweaty, been working on the truck. Hey, how you coming on the truck, Dad?
Okay.
Good?
Almost, the tank is in the floor.
Oh, awesome. Coming over with the tractor. And I don't know how much we're gonna record, like I said before, but I don't know. I'll probably throw you on time lapse and we'll just get some work done. All right, so yeah, with that, as you see, it's raining. We were actually coming out here. The biggest thing was getting the water hooked up to the house, right? And wasn't really helping out a whole lot with that. Dell was doing most of the work, but we got the line ran in, got to put it into the spigot here. It's ran to the house and it's on. And lo and behold, like almost to the second that we're like, all right, water line's done, got water to the house, boom, rain. So yeah, even nature was like, hey, oh, you're looking for water? You want water? All right, we'll give you some water. So boom, here you go. Got water inside the house. Now they no longer need to use a garden hose, and now the ditch can get filled in, so they won't have a river next to their house anymore. But now we're dealing with rain. So fun times. Good work.
Thank you.
So there we go. We actually went over to the Black Sheep Project, and we actually even had a chance to get over to Jen and Wiley's place, Our Mountain Home, and working with Wiley to finally get over there and just see how they're doing, and being able to help along with their project with the materials that they needed. right? And like I said, definitely get over to their channels. All the links to all three channels will be down in the description. So if you are not subscribed to them, definitely get over there, check them out. It's greatly appreciated. And then I also want to tell you, hey, what are we doing here? So I know, we're not getting a whole lot of work done, right? I'm still kind of doing this vlog thing. Even though I don't like doing that here, I would prefer you go over to our side channel, which is the Scuttlebutt with Ivy's Family Factotum, because that's just a little more of a vlog style that we prefer to do over there. But I still want to kind of tell you guys what's going to be happening here moving forward with the house coming through. So let's get you flipped around and show what we got. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and walk down the driveway a little bit. You can see on the right hand side that we still have limbs and stuff that we will need to take care of. Basically anything that's hanging out over the driveway, we will need to come over. So nine times out of 10 for a lot of this stuff, we're probably just going to go ahead and cut down these trees. So as you can see, we do still have fencing that is here with barbed wire that kind of comes through. We've cut a lot of this out, but any of these trees that are on the driveway side of that fence, we're just going to go ahead and cut. We'll take them off, either stack them out, burn them, do whatever we need to, just continuing doing what we've been doing, right? Now I do have some trees that are marked with a red, the red plastic. So for that, those are going to be questionable trees. I don't know if we need to take those down or not. We're still waiting for the person from Clayton to come over to actually do like a site survey, right? I guess that's what they call it. The word I was looking for. It's a site survey, just to kind of see, because the house that we're looking at is called the Thrill. You can always go check it out, or you can even go up here to the corner and look at this other video that we have. I'll even link it to the end of this video. But if you don't know which house we were going with, go check it out, come back. Well, the thing with that is that house has how we want the house to be laid out, right? Where the kitchen is, where the master bedroom is. It's exactly how we want it to be laid out. But that puts the wheels on the left hand side and the tongue of basically the trailer on the right hand side of the house. And with doing that, that means they would have to bring the truck in straight. And I was talking to him that, hey, since we are going to be putting the house, kind of closer to the edge of the property, that we might not have enough room for the truck to be able to pull in straight all the way to the pad, and then have enough room for that truck to unhook and then get out. I was like, you're probably gonna have to back the house in, and if we do that, that turns the house around the wrong direction. So, because we want the front door facing north, not south. Because if it's facing south, we're looking at the ridge, and we don't want that. Put the door on the back side, right? And we don't want that. So we want to be facing north. And with that, Willow, stay here. Stay here. She always wants, she'll walk with me, but then she wants to keep going. So I told him, well, if we needed to come in the other direction, would we be able to switch the tongue to the other side and then have the wheels on this way? That way, if it needs to be backed in, it still keeps everything, the same. He's like, well, no, it would have to flip it to where the master bedroom would be on the right side of the house, and then the other two bedrooms would be on the left side of the house. I'm like, okay, because it's how plumbing goes and just how stuff is, right? And that house is actually called the Sensation, and that's the very first house that I looked at online. So yeah, that's one that we really wanted anyway. So regardless, we're gonna get the layout we want, whether it has to be flipped up back or forth or not, I don't know, but it's either gonna be the Thrill or the sensation. So once they come and figure out, hey, which way do we need to bring the houses in with the truck, either pulling in forward or backing it in all the way, then we'll figure that out, and we should be able to get the house ordered, which one that we're ordering, by this coming Tuesday. So we will see how that goes. But let's get you flipped back around and continue showing what we got to do. So this has basically already been cleaned up for the most part. There's still some trees that are laying on the ground that we haven't drug out yet. And kind of coming around, well, we haven't really gotten into this area. So we are still needing to get in here to take down some of this old barbed wire and some of the fencing, right? So we have a lot of, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but some of the T-posts, some wiring, and then just continue kind of clearing this out. And then same thing, you know, trees on this side, because we can't have anything covering the driveway, especially 14 feet up, right? And then you need 16 to 18 feet of clearance, which this right here is more than 18 feet, but we don't have the clearance overhead. Plus it does kind of sweep around to the right a little bit. So having a long house, you're going to have to be a little more clear on this side, because as the truck goes around, no matter how far they stay to the left, the house is going to want to go more to this direction. So we are going to have to get out a lot of this fencing, I'm quite certain, along with clearing up probably at least 2 to 3 feet worth of these trees, which most of them are small. They're all little tiny things. It just takes time, you know, getting in here. Most of the stuff can just be cut with not even a chainsaw, right? You just come in with some of the clippers and you know, some of the loppers or whatever for normally how you're trimming up your trees, and we can get rid of all this, but it still just takes time. Okay. And then we'd already had some stuff down over here that we still have to drag out as well. So that's kind of the update or progress of that we're still doing on the driveway, just getting that cleaned out and such. Plus, you know, mom and dad, they've still been clearing, you know, land up on their side too. It kind of gets, you know, to me it gets boring after a while. I guess that's my ADHD coming through. You know, I don't want to just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. So it needs to be done. It will get done definitely before, you know, the houses come through. But right now temperatures are coming down. That's amazing. And just being able to get out here and work, you know, with fall weather would be a lot better. A little less bugs, and that's one of the things we're kind of waiting on. Not too much, but there's other stuff that also needs to happen over here by the RV. So let's get you guys flipped around. I'm going to show you what we need to do over here, because we need to be able to bring trucks of material in, and they also need a path to even bring the houses in. So let's go show you what we need to do. All right, so once we get to here, basically this is the end of the driveway. And I mean, a lot of it, you know, kind of comes up here about where Dad's truck is and the Jeep. Well, they need to continue driving this direction, and they can't go that too far this way because of the wellhead, right? So where I have that orange traffic cone is the wellhead. So obviously we got to be able to stay, you know, a foot, 2 foot roughly away from that on this side. And then kind of coming down, they can't go down too far this way to bring the houses in because of the septic tank. And Dad's over here prepping to cook some beans, getting the fire going. Morning, Dad.
Yeah, morning.
And then, so septic is over here where this cone is, and then the tank. So they need to be able to stay on that side of the tank. We can't come right here, even though I have Schedule 40 pipe underneath. It's just, there's not enough room, or, you know, enough dirt covering that pipe to be able to bring in heavy equipment without busting that stuff, right? So we're going to stay up on this side. So this tent needs to move. All of this stuff needs to move, including the RV and the stump. So we have marked out with some purple paint kind of here, and then giving them the 16 to 18 that they're requiring comes to here and here. And then I even put a mark out to 20 feet, kind of just seeing where that goes. And the edge of our RV, basically right there where the power pole is, right, is just a few feet in front of the power pole is where the water is. So I could probably come over here and you'll be able to see the orange cone. All right, so RV needs to move because that's where all the equipment and the house and all that stuff has to come through. But where do we want to put the RV? Well, for one, this is Mom's food trailer. We're going to need to move it, okay, along with a storage trailer. So we're going to have to move these things. Some of these rocks might need to be moved because we need to kind of bring the RV kind of up into this direction, or the truck or tractor, whichever one we're going to use to pull it. We have to pull up into this area first and then back it down because we need to turn it around. So what's going to happen is, since they can't drive down here, we're going to go ahead and move the RV down here, which right here is actually a very flat area of our yard. Unlike where it's sitting now, it's kind of like on an angle, right? So this area right here is about the flattest part of our yard. And why we didn't put it here in the first place, I don't know. But you see I have marked here would be kind of like the back bumper. We can always come back a little further. The slides would be on this side towards the chicken coop. The tongue would be going that way. So that's what I said, we need to kind of pull it forward, back it up, you know, try to back it coming down that way the best we can. And then, you know, without going over the tank, obviously we're gonna have to back it up over piping. Hopefully we don't break anything, but kind of back it down this way and then pull back forward. That way we can kind of back it into here. So it's going to be a little bit of work. I think we can do it with the truck, or possibly even I think Wiley was going to come over with his truck, just a little better equipped. My truck's still not running well, and Dad's truck just yeah, not the greatest attraction. So that's our plan, is we're looking at putting the RV right here. That way we can extend the driveway, bring the road all the way over, and then obviously we're still gonna have to bring in the dozer guy once we get those funds to come in and clear a lot of this out, because this is where we're doing the house pad. Same spot, same location, same orientation, but some of these bigger trees is gonna have to go. So I've already marked out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including some of these big oaks, right? I think I have at least 8 big trees, and those ones, I have one here, and then there's one kind of hiding in here, some humongous oaks. And then we may or may not need to take this one out, I don't know yet, but it's going here. But to be able to get the dozer in, that way he can, you know, try to bring in some material from the ridge, just kind of pushing it all down. Obviously if we can get a backhoe in here to try to dig up some, you know, good shell or whatnot. I don't even know what the ridge is made out of, but kind of going over here and looking at the side, right, it does have a lot of rock and shell mixed into with clay and silt. Okay, so I know it's going to be a good material that we can kind of level this with, because even digging, you know, this out by hand, just looking at the material that was coming out of it is great backfill material that tried to level all this out. And then for the actual house pad itself, we're going to bring in just straight shell, just to kind of put in a top layer. That way it can get compacted nice and well, and then they'll be able to bring the houses in. So that's the goal, that's our plan, that's what we're doing. But before we can start doing any of this stuff, we have to move all that stuff. So that's what's coming next, y'all. We're going to be moving some of the tents moving the RV around, and then building a house pad. Yeah, all right. So we definitely appreciate you guys for falling in on the journey. Got another video that you can check out here. Greatly appreciated. The entire year's journey over here. Icons at the top make it easy to subscribe both here and to our side channel. And then last but not least, get out there, thank a veteran at every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day, and we'll see you on the next one. Later, y'all.